Hello YouTube, I'm Lynn from Cavy Central Guinea Pig Rescue, and it's actually very early in the morning, about 2 a.m. our time here in Australia. We have been so busy this past 5 days that I thought I'd just drop in here in person to say hi and to thank you for all your inquiries about the fires that we have here in Australia and what's been going on around us and the different groups that we're involved with. Thankfully, we are really safe, and while we have bushland which is not so far away from us, it's about 2 blocks, this is something that hasn't directly affected our shelter at the moment, which we're really grateful for. The fires have been catastrophic here in Australia, and certainly it's something that we're always worried about because we do get high temperatures, and in those extreme weather conditions, not only are people themselves worried about fire and the potential risk and harm to themselves, but also to the animals that we have and the native wildlife and properties. So the damage is quite extensive, and my heart goes out to everyone affected by that. So we are really fortunate here in Australia that we have wonderful heroes that jump to the rescue and help where they can, but not in all cases can it be made safe. So yeah, back to what we are doing here in Cavy Central. We have actually updated our shelter, and we've had a full upgrade on where we actually hold the animals, and the way that we actually can allow different groupings and so forth. So we have now an additional size which has increased by roughly nearly 2/3 to the capacity that we had before, which is fantastic. And we're already seeing now some real benefits with that, because we can, just in the housing and the management and the ongoing care of all of these aspects, it becomes much better, and in the service that we can help animals and people who get in contact with us for help. So a number of you have reached out for help directly, and at any time you can find us on Facebook, or you can contact us by email, and I'll pop the links in down below as well, but certainly through here on the YouTube channel you'll see we're updating a lot of information that is designed to help you in your care of your animals, and specifically guinea pigs, which is what we absolutely love. So what would a video be if we didn't have a guinea pig in it? So I'm going to just show you one gorgeous little piggy that we have, and I have to catch her because she can absolutely fly around so quickly now. But we'll be putting a video specifically on this little girl. Isn't she sweet? But this little girl came to us about a month ago, and at that time she had a leg injury, so she couldn't move. She was signs of injury like that are that they're wanting to stay in one place. They whimper and make signs of pain, which you can often see reflected in the way their eyes are closing and not just not engaging with what's going on around them. They don't want to actively eat as much, move as much, so something is wrong. And when we investigated, this poor little girl had a massive break in here on her forelimb, and you can see it's actually quite naked looking now because her cast has come off. So we'll be updating you with some images of that, because to see the before and even the stages while she was trying to move around with the cast and how we had to accommodate that. Now it's come off, and boy can she fly around, and she's keeping pace with the other piggies. One of the really lovely things about this story was that there was a little Abyssinian about twice her size that literally stayed by her side. So when we went to the cage, the little Abby was always near her, with another two in that enclosure, but this particular Abby was always sitting beside her. She actually isn't a little one from the same rescue, so it just shows you how they do bond and make groups and friendships in that group. But the little Abby constantly stayed by her side, and that was really sweet. And now of course they fly around together, which is great, and that's what it's all about. So this is one of the very first lives that I've done out there on YouTube. So I actually have no idea if there's comments occurring here at all. Let me see if this changes anything. I'm not really sure. And yeah, so if you are wanting to ask anything about the rescue, ask any updates that I haven't provided here just now, please pop those in, or certainly, as it's fairly late and we'll finish soon, just jot them down below. So this little girl also needs a name. If you can think of any names for her, please jot them down below. She's made a remarkable recovery, and when we consider how injured she was, it's extraordinary. But she's so cute. Her coat will grow back and recover where she's had the cast on, and yeah, we'll keep you updated with her progress. So just to let you know out there, we are fine with the fires. It is the start of the season as such out here in Australia, so we tend to get higher temperatures as time goes by, but we can never really tell or predict when that's going to occur. So we hope that the summer continues in a much better way than it started. And we thank you for all of your concern and inquiries and messages that you've been sending to us. The animals are all safe. We're actually really fortunate in that we haven't had that much smoke actually in the area. So, and because the shelter is completely covered and enclosed anyway, we don't get that here. But yeah, in some areas that you've probably seen footage of, that even the smoke is so toxic that in itself is enough to relocate. But we are fine, and the animals are fine, and certainly we'll update you should anything change in that regard. We have another warm day coming tomorrow. It's expected to be in the mid-30s, but here we've actually had days in the 40s, so they're very extreme for sure. But we hope not to see any of those, but you know, they're bound to happen. This is Australia. Okay, take care everyone, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now.